How to freeze portobello mushrooms. How to choose the best portobello mushrooms. Smell. The first thing buying you before should do is smell the mushrooms. Firmness. Fresh mushrooms are firm and don't have any large cracks on them. If you notice a soggy texture on the shroom, leave it. Clean hood. The hood of the mushroom is clean and uniformly colored. If you notice any bruised or discolored mushroom, it has gone bad. Gills. The underside of the hood of the mushroom is called gill. The gill of fresh mushroom is firm and dark brown in color. On the other hand, a bad mushroom's gill is soggy and black in color. How to clean and prepare the portobello mushroom for freezing. Portobello mushrooms are strong and have a long shelf life. However, they can easily become slimy and soggy if you don't clean or prepare them well. Here is how to clean and prep portobello mushrooms. Step 1. Thoroughly wash the mushrooms with cold water and remove any dirt from the gills. Step 2. Trim the stems and remove the ends of the stem to take off any remaining roots. Step 3. If the mushrooms are bigger than 1 inch across, you should slice them into halves or quarters. Step 4. Avoid plastic wrapping as it can trap the moisture inside and cause bigger problems. Freezing is probably the best way to store portobello mushrooms. Raw mushrooms lose their taste, texture, and color when frozen. The only way of storing portobello mushrooms is to cook them before freezing. Sauté. Copyright portobello mushrooms. Put a few drops of oil or butter in a non-stick pan and let it heat for 1 minute. The first and most effective way to freeze portobello mushrooms is to sauté. Copyright for a few minutes before freezing. The time required to sauté. Copyright the different sizes of mushrooms is: sliced mushrooms, 3 minutes. Quartered mushrooms, 3.5 minutes. Button mushrooms, 3.5 minutes. Whole mushrooms, 5 minutes. Steam portobello mushrooms. Wash the mushrooms with cold water. Chop the mushrooms and just trim off the ends of the stems. Fill a pot with water and put 1 to 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, vinegar or citric acid in the water. Put the mushrooms in the water and let them soak for 5 minutes. Take out the mushrooms from the water and steam them for the following time depending on the shape and size of the mushrooms. Sliced mushrooms, 3.5 minutes. Quartered mushrooms, 4 minutes. Button mushrooms, 3 minutes. Whole mushrooms, 5 minutes. Now, you can continue with freezing portobello mushrooms. Step 1. Place some paper towels on a plate. Take out the cooked mushrooms from the pot or pan and place them on the paper towel. Step 2. Let it sit for at least 30 minutes. This allows the mushrooms to cool down at room temperature and all the extra moisture to be soaked. Step 3. Place the mushrooms on a baking dish and ensure that none of the pieces are touching each other. And put the dish in the freezer for 2 to 3 hours. Step 4. Take out the baking dish from the freezer and transfer the frozen mushrooms to a plastic bag or an airtight container. Make sure that you remove all the air from the container before putting it back inside the freezer.